Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is VC Pramod with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, says it will provide multimodal connectivity and next-generation infrastructure for 21st century India. PM Gati Shakti will lead to sustainable development and create employment opportunities. The International Monetary Fund says India will be the fastest-growing economy, projects 8.5% growth rate in next fiscal year. India marches towards 100 crore mark COVID-19 vaccination coverage, more than 96 crore 43 lakh jabs given till date. Domestic flights in India allowed to operate with full capacity from October 18. The 8th day of Navratri Maha-Ashtami is being celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety. President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion. United States reopen its borders with Mexico and Canada. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders to take on Delhi Capitals in second qualifier at Sharjah this evening. As India is on the verge of vaccinating 100 crore people against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the people, doctors, nurses and others who are making this possible. At the same time, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners who are yet to be fully vaccinated to get vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan for Multimodal Connectivity and the new exhibition complexes of India Trade Promotion Organization at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi today. He also reviewed the model of the new exhibition complex at Pragati Maidan. In his address, the Prime Minister said the National Master Plan will provide Gati Shakti to the 21st century India with multimodal connectivity and next-generation infrastructure.
पीएम गति शक्ति अब ये सुनिश्चित करेगी कि 21वीं सदी का भारत इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट में कोऑर्डिनेशन में कमी की वजह से ना पैसे का नुकसान उठाए और ना ही समय गंवाए। पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान के तहत रोड से लेकर रेलवे तक, एविएशन से लेकर के एग्रीकल्चर तक विभिन्न मंत्रालयों को, विभागों को इससे जोड़ा जा रहा है। हर बड़े प्रोजेक्ट को, हर डिपार्टमेंट को सही जानकारी, सटीक जानकारी समय पर मिले, इसके लिए टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म भी तैयार किया गया है।
He said PM Gati Shakti Master Plan brings the government processes and other stakeholders together and also interlinks transport modes. He added that it is the expanding of holistic governance. Prime Minister Modi said the India of 21st century is leaving behind the old thinking and is moving forward. He said today's mantra is will for progress, work for progress, wealth for progress, plan for progress and preference for progress.
प्रगति भी तभी मानी जाएगी जब उसमें गति हो, गति के लिए एक अधीरता हो, गति के लिए एक सामूहिक प्रयास हो। आज का मंत्र है विल फॉर प्रोग्रेस, वर्क फॉर प्रोग्रेस, वेल्थ फॉर प्रोग्रेस, प्लान फॉर प्रोग्रेस, प्रेफरेंस फॉर प्रोग्रेस। हमने न सिर्फ परियोजनाओं को तय समय सीमा में पूरा करने का वर्क कल्चर विकसित किया, बल्कि आज समय से पहले प्रोजेक्ट पूरे करने का प्रयास हो रहा है।
The Prime Minister underlined that Master Plan Gati Shakti strengthened Atmanirbhar Bharat and also lays the foundation of coming 25 years of development program.
आत्मनिर्भर भारत के संकल्प के साथ हम अगले 25 वर्षों के भारत की बुनियाद रच रहे हैं। पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान भारत के इसी आत्मबल को, आत्मविश्वास को आत्मनिर्भरता के संकल्प तक ले जाने वाला है। ये नेशनल मास्टर प्लान 21वीं सदी के भारत को गति शक्ति देगा। नेक्स्ट जनरेशन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और मल्टी मॉडल कनेक्टिविटी को इस नेशनल प्लान से गति शक्ति मिलेगी।
He noted that the subject of infrastructure has not been a priority of the most political parties and is not even visible in manifestos. He said some political parties even take pride in criticizing the creation of necessary infrastructure for the country. He stressed that it is universally accepted that the creation of quality infrastructure leads to sustainable development and gives rise to many economic activities and employment on a large scale. Mr. Modi said Gati Shakti National Master Plan will also provide an analytical and decision-making tool to the investors and all the stakeholders involved in the policy making of the country. This will help the government in effective planning and policy making. He said it is important for India's development that all departments linked to infrastructural growth come together and use each other's collective power. This approach has given unprecedented speed to India in the last few years. The people of the nation, industries will play a pivotal role in this master plan, said the Prime Minister.
गति शक्ति के इस महाअभियान के केंद्र में हैं भारत के लोग, भारत की इंडस्ट्री, भारत का व्यापार जगत, भारत के मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, भारत के किसान, भारत का गांव। ये भारत की वर्तमान और आने वाली पीढ़ियों को 21वीं सदी के भारत के निर्माण के लिए नई ऊर्जा देगा, उनके रास्ते के अवरोध समाप्त करेगा।
The Prime Minister said in the 5 years before 2014, only 3,000 kilometers of railways were electrified. He said that in the last 7 years, more than 24,000 kilometers of railway tracks have been electrified. Only 60 panchayats were connected with optical fiber before 2004, but in the last 7 years, more than 1.5 lakh gram panchayats have been connected with optical fiber. India has also got new infrastructure in the sector of inland waterways and seaplanes. Mr. Modi said India just has 5 waterways in 2014, but today, country has 13 functional waterways. He said work is going on at a rapid speed to develop a modern ecosystem in the aviation sector. He said in order to improve air connectivity, new airports were built and air sector was opened up. Speaking on the occasion, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said India is progressing at a fast pace and PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan is a symbol of Mr. Modi's foresight. He said that today's event will send a message to global partners that how fast India is advancing towards the path of development.
आज पूरा विश्व भारत को एक ट्रस्टेड और रिलायबल पार्टनर के रूप में देखता है। मैं समझता हूं आज का इस कार्यक्रम से एक बड़ा संदेश देश में और विश्व में जाएगा, कैसे भारत तेज गति से प्रगति की ओर बढ़ रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान आगे के लिए भारत को एक नई दिशा और भारत की दशा सुधारने का एक बहुत अहम कड़ी बनेगी।
The minister added that the Gati Shakti plan will help to finish the development projects within the given time frame.
एक ऐसी पूरी मास्टर प्लान जो आगे प्रोजेक्ट्स को रुकावट ना होने दे, समय पे प्रोजेक्ट्स का शुरुआत हो, समय पर प्रोजेक्ट्स लगे बने, पारदर्शी तरीके से काम हो, निगरानी अच्छी रखी जा सके और जवाबदेही भी हो कि प्रोजेक्ट जो काम जो देश की आज आवश्यकता है, ये कैसे समय पे देश को उपलब्ध हो सके, देश के नौजवानों को नए अवसर दे।
International Monetary Fund IMF has projected that India will continue to be the world's fastest growing major economy, clocking a growth rate of 9.5% in 2021. As per latest IMF projections, Indian economy will grow at the rate of 8.5% in 2022. The world economy is expected to grow at 5.9% in 2021 and 4.9% in 2022, according to the IMF. The United States is projected to grow at 6% this year and 5.2% the next year. China, on the other hand, is projected to grow at 8% in 2021 and 5.6% in 2022. IMF said global recovery continues, but the momentum has weakened and uncertainty has increased. More than 96 crore 43 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Health Ministry said over 50 lakh 63,000 doses were administered yesterday. Union Health Ministry in a statement said that 15,823 new cases were reported in the country in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload stands at 2,07,653 and it is the lowest in 214 days. Active cases account for less than 1% of the total cases and it is currently at 0.61%, the lowest since March last year. Talking to AIR News, member Niti Aayog Dr. V.K. Paul said that it will be a big achievement for the country to reach the 100 crore vaccination mark.
देश में कोविड-19 वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम एक नई सीमा तक पहुंच रहा है। 97 करोड़ डोज लगने का काम पूरा हो गया है और बहुत जल्द ही 100 करोड़ डोज हमारे देशवासियों को लग जाएंगी अगले कुछ ही दिनों में। 100 करोड़ डोज लगना एक बहुत ही बड़ी उपलब्धि है देश के लिए और इससे देश में कोविड-19 महामारी के अगेंस्ट सबके लिए एक बहुत सुदृढ़ ढाल बन रही है। इस काम को पूरा करने के लिए सबने मेहनत करी। कोविड वैक्सीनेशन प्रोग्राम में तेजी लाइए। जिसने एक डोज नहीं ली है वो पहली डोज ले जल्दी से जल्दी। देश में अब वैक्सीन की कोई कमी नहीं। हमारे रोज लगभग 1 लाख से भी ज्यादा सेंटर वैक्सीन लगाने में काम कर रहे हैं। आप वैक्सीन लगाइए अगर आपने कोई भी डोज नहीं ली। जिसने पहली डोज ले ली है, दूसरी डोज का टाइम आ गया तो प्लीज आप देर मत करो। आपको अपने लिए ये बचाने के लिए पूरा कोर्स करना वैक्सीन का बहुत जरूरी है।
Maharashtra yesterday inoculated more than 7,78,000 people in a single day with the COVID-19 preventive vaccine, taking the total figure to over 8 crore 93 lakh 34,000. A total of 6,106 vaccination sessions were organized across the state yesterday. In the age group of 18 to 44 years, more than 3 crore 29 lakh 62,000 have taken the first dose of vaccine, whereas over 93 lakh 88,000 have taken the second dose of vaccine. The data released by the State Health Department said over 1 crore 50 lakh 89,000 have been fully inoculated in the age group of 45 years and above. Civil Aviation Ministry has decided to restore the scheduled domestic air operations from 18th of this month without any capacity restriction. The decision was taken after the review of the current status of scheduled domestic operators and passengers' demand for air travel. The ministry said the airlines and airport operators shall, however, ensure that the guidelines to contain the spread of COVID-19 are strictly adhered to and COVID-appropriate behavior is strictly enforced by them during the travel.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, says it will provide multimodal connectivity and next-generation infrastructure for 21st century India. PM Gati Shakti will lead to sustainable development and create employment opportunities. The International Monetary Fund says India will be the fastest growing economy, projects 8.5% growth rate in the next fiscal year. India marches towards 100 crore mark COVID-19 vaccination coverage, more than 96 crore 43 lakh jabs given till date. Domestic flights in India allowed to operate with full capacity from October 18th. The 8th day of Navratri, Maha Ashtami, is being celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety. President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion. United States reopens its borders with Mexico and Canada. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders to take on Delhi Capitals in second qualifier at Sharjah this evening. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back to the Midday News on All India Radio. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Janutsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since 16th of August and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with the listeners on Monday, 18th October. Let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. India's glorious fight for freedom is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the valiant struggle every day.
In today's episode of Azadi Ka Safar, we celebrate the birth anniversary of freedom fighter and eminent lawyer Bhula Bhai Desai, who is well remembered for his defense of the 3 Indian National Army soldiers accused of treason during World War II. Born on 13th of October in 1877, Desai began his political life with Annie Besant's All India Home Rule League.
Initially supportive of British influences in Indian affairs, he came out in opposition of the All-European Simon Commission. In 1928, he represented the farmers of Gujarat in the inquiry by the British government following the Bardoli Satyagraha under the leadership of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Bhula Bhai formidably represented the farmers' case and was important to the eventual success of the struggle.
Desai formally joined the Indian National Congress in 1930 and formed the Swadeshi Sabha and persuaded 80 textile mills to join in with the aim of boycotting of foreign goods by Indian companies. The British declared the Sabha illegal and Bhula Bhai was arrested in 1932 for his activities.
When the Congress Working Committee was reorganized at Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's insistence, Bhula Bhai was included in the committee. In November 1934, he was elected to the Central Legislative Assembly from Gujarat.
Bhula Bhai opposed the arbitrary inclusion of India and the Indian soldiers in World War II and addressed the House on 19th November 1940, stating that unless it is India's war, it is impossible to get India's support. He participated in the Satyagraha initiated by Mahatma Gandhi and was arrested on 10th of December under the Defence of India Act and sent to Yerwada Central Jail.
In September 1941, he was released from prison on grounds of poor health. His health condition also affected his participation in the Quit India movement, and he was one of the few national leaders to not be arrested by British during the 1942 movement.
During that time, he initiated secret talks with Liaquat Ali Khan to enable a united choice for Hindus and Muslims for the independent government of India. However, the talks failed.
In 1945, when 3 captured Indian National Army officers, Shahnawaz Khan, Prem Kumar Sehgal and Gurbaksh Singh Dhillon, were put on trial for treason, the Indian National Congress formed a defence committee comprising of 17 advocates, and Bhula Bhai was the leading counsel for the defence.
Undeterred by poor health, Bhula Bhai made passionate arguments in defence of the charged soldiers, but British judges pronounced the 3 officers guilty and sentenced them for life. Later, they were released by the Indian government.
Despite poor health, Bhulabhai remained committed to freedom struggle and nationalistic ideals till the end of his life. We salute his spirit and love for motherland.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
स्वाधीनता संग्राम के वे निशान जो साक्षी हैं हमारे सेनानियों के संघर्ष और बलिदान के। आकाशवाणी समाचार ला रहा है विशेष श्रृंखला निशान। हर बुधवार को शाम 4:45 पर कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में FM गोल्ड 100.1 मेगाहर्ट्ज पर।
The 8th day of Navratri, Maha-Ashtami, is being celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety today. The festival also celebrated with enthusiasm in West Bengal. Since morning, people were seen assembling at the puja pandals as well as in traditional Durga pujas organized at home to offer Pushpanjali. Due to the prevailing pandemic situation, lots of puja organizers have arranged virtual offerings. A large section of people took part in Anjali, following COVID regulations, while some preferred the virtual medium. Belur Mutt, the headquarters of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission, has been webcasting the puja over social media due to COVID, as devotees are not allowed to enter during the days of Durga Puja. On the occasion of Maha-Ashtami, Kumari Puja was performed at Belur Mutt. Some other traditional puja organizers also performed Kumari Puja this morning. The President, the Vice President and the Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion. The Prime Minister said that may the blessings of Ma Durga always remain upon us, and may her blessings further the spirit of happiness and well-being in our society.
In Agartala, the puja was observed in all the puja pandals, inviting sizable gatherings of pious people for the auspicious Pushpanjali ritual. It is believed that Maha-Ashtami sees the worship of the Chamunda incarnation of Goddess Shakti. It is believed that during Goddess Durga's epic battle with Mahishasur, the goddess had killed demons Chanda, Munda and Raktabija on Ashtami. According to Drik Panchang, Durga Puja on Maha-Ashtami begins with Mahasnan and Puja. 9 pots are kept as 9 forms of the goddess are worshipped as part of Ashtami Puja. Also, little girls are worshipped during Kumari Puja that also takes place on this day. One of the most significant aspects of Ashtami is the Sandhi Puja. Meanwhile, on Ashtami Day, a special puja called Kumari Puja is celebrated at Ramakrishna Mission located at Dhaleshwar. The US has said that it will reopen its borders with Mexico and Canada to fully vaccinated travelers from November. In a statement, the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, said it will allow travel for non-essential purposes via land and ferry crossings. From January 2022, it will also require proof of vaccination for any travel over these crossings, essential or not. The US had restricted travel from its northern and southern neighbors since March 2020 due to the COVID pandemic.
In IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders will take on Delhi Capitals in the second qualifier at Sharjah this evening. The match will start at 7:30 p.m. Indian time. Delhi Capitals, which was toppers in the league stage, lost to Chennai Super Kings in the qualifier 1. The winners of qualifier 2 will play the final against Chennai Super Kings on Friday at Dubai. CSK has already qualified for the 9th IPL final. Two-time Indian Premier League champions Kolkata Knight Riders have played with a renewed vigour in the UAE leg of IPL 2021. After winning just 2 matches out of the first 7, the Ian Morgan-led side has come out with more intent to go to the extra mile. Kolkata Knight Riders have won 6 matches in UAE, including the eliminator against Royal Challengers Bangalore on Monday, ending Virat Kohli's reign as captain without an IPL title. DC who topped the league stage with as many as 10 wins for a total of 20 points, are well aware of the task that awaits them. Since Australian great Ricky Ponting took over as their coach, Delhi Capitals have grown from strength to strength as they finished second runners-up in the 2019 edition before reaching the summit clash last year. Finance Ministry today said one person has been arrested by Delhi CGST officials for fraudulently claiming input tax credit of 134 crore rupees. Officers of Central Goods and Services Tax Commissionerate unearthed a network of fictitious exporters availing and utilizing fake input tax credit of 134 crore rupees under GST with intent to claim IGST refund fraudulently. The network of fictitious exporters was being operated by one person.
Senior BJP leader and Information Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur today reached Lucknow on a one-day visit to the state. Mr. Thakur is attending a meeting of party organization in Lucknow. He is one of the co-in-charges of Bharatiya Janata Party for the forthcoming assembly elections in the state. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has said that Prasar Bharati's digital platforms from southern region of India have come a long way in just a couple of years. DD Chandana, Karnataka, has achieved 1 million subscriber milestone on YouTube. DD Saptagiri, Andhra Pradesh and DD Yadagiri, Telangana are swiftly marching towards a 500,000 landmark. With more than 1 lakh YouTube subscribers each, Tamil and Malayalam news units and Kendras of Doordarshan are in a healthy competition with each other and with local language media industry.
And now let us take a look at the weather update for today. National capital Delhi is likely to have mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature was 21 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be 36 degrees. Mumbai will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. It recorded a minimum temperature of 24 degrees, while the maximum is expected to be 33 degrees. Chennai is expected to experience thunderstorm with rain. The lower limit of temperature was 26 degrees Celsius, while upper limit is expected to be nearly 36 degrees. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky. The city noted a minimum temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 34 degrees. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 8 and 22 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 35 degrees. Leh will have mainly cloudy sky, and the temperature will vary between 0 and 15 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with temperature hovering between 11 and 24 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 15 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 32 degrees. Vishakhapatnam will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Hyderabad, the temperature will hover between 22 and 33 degrees Celsius with partly cloudy sky and 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Bengaluru will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Tiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. In Puducherry, there will be generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will vary between 23 and 34 degrees Celsius. Guwahati will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Imphal will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Aizawl will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, says it will provide multimodal connectivity and next-generation infrastructure for 21st century India. PM Gati Shakti will lead to sustainable development and create employment opportunities. The International Monetary Fund says India will be the fastest growing economy, projects 8.5% growth rate in the next fiscal year. India marches towards 100 crore mark COVID-19 vaccination coverage, more than 96 crore 43 lakh jabs given till date. Domestic flights in India allowed to operate with full capacity from October 18. The 8th day of Navratri Maha Ashtami is being celebrated across the country with religious fervour and gaiety. President and Prime Minister extend greetings on the occasion. United States reopen its borders with Mexico and Canada. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders to take on Delhi Capitals in second qualifier at Sharjah this evening. And with that, we end the midday news.